Jim Leonhard has had to work hard for everything throughout his career, from being a walk-on at Wisconsin to putting together an impressive 10-year NFL career as an undrafted free agent. Now, he is viewed as one of the brightest minds on the defensive side of the ball in college football. He's been up for multiple NFL jobs as well as head coaching jobs at the college level the past few seasons, but he has remained in Madison wanting to stay and bring a championship to his alma mater. But who is Jim Leonhard? Jim Andrew Leonhard was born on October 27, 1982, and grew up in Tony, Wisconsin. Tony is a small town with a reported population of 121 people in northern Wisconsin. Leonhard attended Flamboy High School, where he was the starting quarterback and strong safety. During his freshman year, 1997, the Falcons won the Wisconsin State Championship in football in Division VI over River Ridge High School. He was a team captain in his junior and senior seasons, the same seasons in which he was a first-team All-State performer. He was also named Team MVP in his senior year. Coming out of high school, Jim Leonhard had no Division I offers, so he decided to walk on at the University of Wisconsin. He was 5'8" and arrived on campus in 2001. He would have a breakout sophomore year, having 11 interceptions and finishing the year being named a first-team All-American, became the first Wisconsin sophomore since 1947 to win the Team MVP award. His 11 interceptions tied the Big Ten single-season record, and the following season, Leonhard proved those numbers were no fluke, again being named a first-team All-American. He led the Big Ten with 8 interceptions, including a key fourth-quarter pick in Wisconsin's 17-10 upset of number 3 Ohio State, and tied for the team lead with 98 tackles. He also returned 2 punts for touchdowns and broke his own school record with 470 punt return yards. As a senior, Leonhard again earned first-team All-American honors and was a finalist for the inaugural Law Impact Trophy. He finished his career with 21 interceptions, tying Jamar Fletcher's school record. He also broke the Big Ten record with 1,347 career punt return yards, and he played in every game of his 4-year career, including each of his last 39 as a starting safety, and route to becoming one of the best defensive players in school history. He also finished with 281 total tackles. Not bad for a small-town kid who was a walk-on. He also excelled in the classroom, finishing as a 2-time COSIDA, Academic All-American, and he was also a finalist for the William V. Campbell Trophy, the prestigious National Football Foundation Award referred to as the Academic Heisman. Jim would go undrafted, but sign with the Buffalo Bills as a free agent. He'd be the only undrafted rookie on the Bills' opening day roster in 2005 and played in 10 games, finishing with 1 kick return for 36 yards. He was released during the preseason of the 2006 season, but was signed just under 2 weeks later after fellow Wisconsin Badger Troy Vincent went down with an injury. Leonhard finished the year with 13 total tackles, as well as a fumble recovery, and made his first career start on December 10, 2006. In 2007, Leonhard stepped in for injured starter Co Simpson and recorded 13 tackles on opening day against the Denver Broncos. He went on to record 54 tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups, and 1 fumble recovery, despite being hampered by a calf injury halfway through the season. In 2008, he signed with the Baltimore Ravens and started 13 of the 16 regular season games. He finished the year with 68 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception that was returned for a touchdown. In 2009, Leonhard would be reunited with Rex Ryan and started 40 games over the next 3 seasons. He had 66 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 interception, 6 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble in 2009, helping the Jets make it to the AFC Championship game. In 2010, Leonhard had 56 tackles, 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery in 11 games, but would have his season cut short when he fractured his tibia colliding with wide receiver Patrick Turner in practice. A little over a year later, Leonhard landed awkwardly after recording an interception against the Chiefs and was carried off the field. He had torn his patella tendon, finishing the year with 48 tackles, 1 interception, 6 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery in 13 games. During the offseason, the Jets announced they were not going to re-sign Leonhard, so he signed with the Denver Broncos on a 1-year contract. During the 2012 season, Leonhard had 17 tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups, and 1 fumble recovery in 16 games, making 1 start. He was then signed and released by the Saints before signing with the Bills again. During the 2013 season, Leonhard made 6 starts and played in 16 games, finishing with 41 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 5 passes defended. During the offseason, there were talks Leonhard might sign with the Green Bay Packers, with him saying, "I'd obviously love to come back to Green Bay and play for the hometown fans. That would make a lot of people happy, a lot of my family happy. They wouldn't be quite as conflicted having to cheer for some teams that they may have rather wouldn't, but you never know. Obviously, there's going to be mutual interest on both ends. He ultimately signed with the Cleveland Browns, finishing his last season in the NFL with 27 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, and 3 pass breakups. He finished his NFL career playing in 142 games, making 73 starts over a 10-year span with 431 tackles, 17 tackles for a loss, 35 pass breakups, 14 interceptions, 1 touchdown on defense, while also having 998 punt return yards and 279 kick return yards. Hey you! Yeah, you! Do you think Jim Leonhard is a future head coach? And if so, where? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it because it really helps the video in the algorithm. Leonhard would retire after the season and join Paul Chryst, Wisconsin coaching staff, as a defensive back coach in 2016. In 2017, Leonhard was promoted to be the defensive coordinator. In the defense's first year under his direction, the Badgers ranked 2nd nationally in total yards allowed with 262.1 yards per game, 3rd in scoring defense with 13.9 points per game, 3rd in rushing defense with 98.4 yards per game, and number 1 in passer efficiency defense with a 96.4. In 2019, Leonhard's unit posted 4 shutouts, the first Big Ten team to do so since 1962, and set a school record by allowing opponents to convert just 27.2% of third down attempts. They were led by 12.5 sacks from consensus All-American outside linebacker Zach Baun and 11.5 sacks from All-Big Ten inside linebacker Chris Orr. The Badgers smashed the school record with 51 sacks on the season. Over his first 5 seasons, the Badgers ranked 3rd in scoring defense, allowing 17.2 points per game, 3rd in total yards allowed with 298.1 yards per game, 3rd in passer efficiency defense with a 109.8, and 4th in rushing defense allowing 110.4 yards per game. Wisconsin has forced the 7th most turnovers of any FBS team during that time span with 116, and the Badgers' 76 interceptions also tied for number 4th nationally. During the 2021 season, Wisconsin had one of the top defenses in the country statistically, with Georgia and the Badgers' defenses being in a different stratosphere compared to everyone else. It has led to some calling for Jim Leonhard to be the head coach next year for the Badgers. There have been a few times Wisconsin fans have feared losing Leonhard to the NFL. Back in January of 2020, Leonhard was linked to the Los Angeles Rams defensive coordinator vacancy, and his name had been floating around the NFL for a while. Albert Breer wrote, "One leftover from the Rams DC search, Coach Sean McVay had a great interest in Wisconsin defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard. Ultimately, Brandon Staley and the Fangio D were the right fit for his staff." While Ryan Glasspiegel wrote, "In a year without many obvious names, Jim Leonhard should be ready to be an NFL head coach candidate. Running Rex Ryan's defense as a player and what he has done at Wisconsin with great players injured, the world started to catch up with the idea that Jim Leonhard can be a legit coach in the NFL. Feel like next year might be his last in Madison." To many outside the state of Wisconsin, cough, cough, the national media, cough, cough, they believe Leonhard will be a future NFL coach one day. I say those outside Wisconsin or in the know of Wisconsin because Jim also turned down the defensive coordinator position for the Green Bay Packers this past winter. According to Packers News, Leonhard was one of the 2 frontrunners for the jobs just 2 hours north of Madison. He had already turned down the Illinois head coaching job and the Rams defensive coordinator position I previously mentioned already. He had met with the Green Bay Packers twice, with Tom Oates of the Wisconsin State Journal reporting Jim Leonhard talked with Packers coach Matt LaFleur via Zoom on Tuesday and in person on Thursday and turned down the job on Friday. He said it was a difficult position, but that his heart was at UW and in college coaching at this time. "It was me choosing UW. I want to stay at UW. I want to be at this level right now. Extremely flattered, awesome opportunity, but it was not the right time for me to go back to the NFL." According to Bucky's Fifth Quarter, it was believed that Leonhard loved the University of Wisconsin more than the Packers and didn't want to move his family. Personally, I don't know whether Leonhard will leave for the NFL one day or another coaching job, but as a Badger fan, I hope he is there for a long time. He seems to enjoy coaching at his alma mater and has great job security there. It also seems in some Wisconsin fans' minds, Jim is kind of the coach in waiting if the Badgers were to ever fire Paul Chryst or Chryst decides to resign or retire. I think Leonhard would probably stay with the Badgers unless the perfect opportunity comes his way, a lot like Brent Venables did for many years at Clemson. But what do you think? Will Jim Leonhard be at Wisconsin for the long haul? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.